Satya Nadella, ahead of E3 2021, says he wants Xbox everywhere, but not what you think. I'm going to read the article and then we'll discuss. E3 2021 is just around the corner. This is the biggest E3 for Microsoft. I feel like I say that every year, but this year it is the biggest. They need to showcase some first-party quality content, if for no other reason than to get people to subscribe to Game Pass, because that is, in and of itself, the only thing that Microsoft and Xbox seem really keen on is getting the subscriber count higher and higher and higher. And ahead of E3 2021, the big cheese of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, has said he wants Xbox everywhere. But in this article, he's talking about the ethereal Xbox, not the actual box. Xbox as this sort of amorphous thing floating out there. And they're talking about cloud. They're talking about reaching people who've never played games before. And they are also mentioning that they are working on a new piece of hardware that actually plugs into televisions and helps people stream games with just a controller needed. Now, I don't know about streaming. Most streaming services have come and gone or are in the process of going away. I just don't see the demand for streaming. And I certainly don't think that moms and pops out there who are playing games on phones are all of a sudden going to say, hey, I think I want to play Halo now. Even though the controls are so complex, I've never experienced them before because I'm just pressing on my phone or I'm playing solitaire. Even though I've never been interested in games before and I could have picked up a gaming console very cheaply, I think I'll do it now and stream them over the internet onto my television after I go out and I buy an Xbox controller. I don't see that happening, but Microsoft is really keen on this, and Satya Nadella has spoken. Phil Spencer also is quoted as saying that he thinks that consoles and PCs will always be the best place to play games, which is kind of in stark contrast to the actual mantra of the whole company, which is we want you to play these games anywhere and everywhere you want to. Now, I do think that there needs to be a little bit more excitement and drive behind the actual box called Xbox. And I think Microsoft feels that if they just have content and lots of it, then everything is going to sell, and the things that don't won't matter because other things will sell. But you still need that sexiness. You still need that quality. And this E3 is really a test. They have the studios now. You know, the excuses in the past where they didn't have the studios, they didn't have the talent, their first party was sort of anemic, but now they have 23 or 24 studios. They've got Bethesda. They have the initiative with some people from other studios who've done great things as part of teams before. So there really is no excuse to have mediocre content. I'm not saying they need to have, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, Horizon level graphics, but I do expect them to have at least one game that completely blows people, blows minds, and is, a high watermark in terms of graphics on a console in the industry. But as far as Nadella, he seems to be very excited about cloud and, services everywhere, because that's what the company is all about after all. And I do think that Nadella desperately wants this service to be everywhere. And by everywhere, I mean on the platforms that have the most engagement. And right now, the platforms in the console space that have the most engagement are the Switch and the PlayStation. So you can be sure that Nadella wants Game Pass on a PlayStation. Will that happen? I don't know. If Microsoft wasn't in the hardware space, I think it'd be much easier for Sony to allow that to happen. And that might happen. Who knows? But ahead of E3, we have cloud talk. Not very exciting to me. I'm not somebody who thinks cloud gaming is going to take off. I don't think that the 3 billion people out there are all of a sudden going to become as hardcore as I am and want to play every Gears of War when it comes out, want to play Uncharted when it comes out, want to play Last of Us. I don't think that they're going to just all of a sudden become that type of gamer because they can stream on their television. If they wanted to be that kind of gamer, they would have been a long time ago, and they would have purchased a very cheap console to do it if they were interested. Now, the argument is ease of use. Even if they're not interested, it's so easy to stream. Why not? They might try it, but it isn't easy to stream. Streaming is not a great way to play games, and it's just never going to be. Maybe 25 years from now. But we still need hardware, and we still need quality games to sell hardware. And even if we're not interested in selling hardware, we still need quality games to sell services, because nobody's going to subscribe to a service with content that just isn't good when the service or the platform across the street has got killer games that excite the core audience. So I'll link this article in the description. You can give it a read. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Do you think they should be a little bit more focused on the Xbox hardware and, driving excitement there and sort of letting that excitement bleed out into other areas? Because they really seem focused in on this cloud and streaming and not very focused in on Xbox hardware and making it sexy and exciting. This is WorryWart with WorryWartGaming. Like, subscribe. Think about sharing out on your favorite social media platform of choice. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't take this so seriously. This is just an opinion. I myself do not think cloud gaming is the future of anything. I really don't. I think it's one of those things that people gravitate towards. I think when they see one company doing it, another company starting to do it, and then backing off the way PlayStation did, they're trying to find things to sort of compare and contrast, even though people say they don't like comparing and contrasting. But it happens all the time. E3's coming up. What do you expect? Will there be that one big game that blows people away, that stands toe-to-toe with the best in the industry from Microsoft? Or will we continue to get what we've been getting with Game Pass games? Third-party deals and first-party sort of multiplayer-esque games. Are we going to get a big single-player game? Are we going to get a new character that identifies with Xbox? A new IP, a new character, a new world that can carry forward from one generation to the next? Or are we going to continue to get service-based games, cloud gaming talk, and, in my opinion, not very sexy thoughts around Xbox? Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.